Mini episode 1111 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Welcome to mini episode 1111 of the FDH Lounge. This is FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our preview of episode 4.7 of Billions. Here's our top 5 developments heading into this week's episode. Number 5, Wags will be getting some very entertaining revenge, hopefully soon. Billions does have the tendency to put some matters on the back burner, and sometimes for quite a long time. There's plenty of front burner material at present, so it's understandable if Wags' revenge for his humiliation isn't addressed immediately, but it should certainly come up again this season at minimum, and when it does, it will be glorious. Number 4, is the political animal eyeballing new prey? This show can transmit an incredible amount of meaning in a single look, and we've now seen this a few times recently as Sacker eyeballs her new boss/former boyfriend and appears to find him a bit lacking as far as being more skilled than Chuck. Meanwhile, Chuck is probably more resilient than she'd expected. Could she be open to selling out the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York and the Attorney General of the United States to Chuck? Stranger things have happened. Number 3. Bobby escapes the time bomb explosion planted by Taylor by finding a way to move on in his personal life. In order to accept Rebecca's help as a full-spectrum partner, he had to put his family life behind him once and for all. Of course, in the universe of this show, it meant making the despicable choice to become an absentee father by sending his ex-wife and kids cross-country, but by unblocking the part of him resistant to letting Rebecca into every corner of his life, he created yet another alliance that allowed him to thwart an enemy. And on the pathetic but entertaining score sheet of these characters, that's pretty much the only accomplishment that counts. Number 2. The literal beatings that Chuck willingly takes may foreshadow some professional ones that will be more painful. His alliance with his buddy the judge has kept him out of the crosshairs of the coming prosecution of Rhodes Sr. so far, but now he's going to be wiretapped, and that will put him in legal jeopardy, risk exposing the corners of his personal life that have not yet been uncovered, and potentially thwart the moves that he wants to make on Jock. Wendy's scorn may soon become the very least of his pressing issues. Number 1. On a show where the competition gets fiercer every week, Wendy makes a play for the title of biggest scumbag on the show. It's not hard to remember a time when Mrs. Rhodes saw herself as someone who was ambitious but had good morals, someone whose psychology brought out the best personally and professionally in all of her traders. Those days are long gone. After Taylor lent her the sympathetic ear that she needed so badly in her attempts to cope with public humiliation, it turns out that the reward will be a carefully plotted attempt to destroy her former associate in the most evil manner possible. Wendy has now definitively weaponized the information provided to her in confidence. In trying to exploit the issues between both generations of Masons in the most personally devastating manner imaginable, Wendy may actually be trying to drive one or both to suicide. At the very least, she is undoubtedly okay with the notion that such an outcome might ensue, which somehow actually puts her one rung below Bobby, who hit rock bottom last week by swindling the son of one of his former partners. It was implied coming into this season that we would root for the new grand alliance of Wendy, Chuck, and Bobby, but if anything, their moral failings seem more on display than ever. All of this sets the stage, as usual, for a most interesting and impactful stretch run for the program, and we're as intrigued as you could be. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.
As we bring the show to a close, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, all Clear Channel affiliates, TNT, TBS, USA, UPN, Deadspin.com, YouTube.com, YTMND.com, MySpace.com, various blogs, Fox News, CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, IamBoard.com, Billboard.com, Google.com, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, ESPN Classic, NBA TV, NFL Network, Sports Time Ohio, Athlon Magazine, Comedy Central, Cartoon Network, The Boomerang Channel, QVC, BET, The Spice Channel, Steno Notebooks, Manwich, Papermate Office Supplies, waitresses, strippers, bartenders, garbage men, janitors, microwave popcorn, the writers of The Office, Scrubs, Entourage, My Name is Earl, Oz, Metalocalypse and the Boondocks, Aquafina, and the periodic table of elements.